Picture this for a moment. It's an ordinary afternoon. You've parked your car on a street you've used 100 times before, and there on the machine is a small sticker with a square black and white pattern on it. Pay by phone, it says. Just point your camera at the code. So you do exactly what it asks. You lift your phone, the camera focuses, a page opens, you type in your card details to pay for an hour of parking, and you walk away feeling modern and clever. 2 days later, your phone buzzes. Your account is nearly empty. Not the few dollars you spent on parking, everything. The savings you kept for emergencies, the money you were setting aside for your grandchildren. Gone, in a series of quiet little transactions you never approved, to people you will never meet. And the worst part, the part that keeps people awake at night, is this. You did not click on anything suspicious. You did not answer a strange call. You did not open a shady email. You simply scanned a square, the way we are all being taught to do everywhere we go now. That square was the trap. Before this video is over, I am going to tell you the single most important thing you can do to make sure this never happens to you. One simple habit that takes 3 seconds and protects everything you own. It is the last thing I will share because it matters the most, so please stay with me right to the end. Hello, and thank you for being here with me today. I know your time is valuable, so I promise not to waste a second of it. I'm a security expert with 20 years of experience, a former anti-fraud investigator. And in those 2 decades, I have sat across the table from more victims of this exact kind of theft than I could ever count. Ordinary, careful, intelligent people. People just like you, who did one small, ordinary thing and lost a great deal because of it. Today, I want to walk you through the scam that is spreading faster than almost any other right now. The fake QR code. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how it works, exactly how to spot it, and exactly what to do so that you and the people you love are never caught by it. If that sounds useful to you, do me one small favor and tap the subscribe button now, because it helps me reach more people who need this warning, and it costs you nothing. Now let's get into it, because what I'm about to show you might change the way you look at those little squares forever. Let me start by explaining just how common this has become, because I think it will surprise you. That little square, the QR code, was invented as a helpful shortcut. Instead of typing a long web address by hand, you point your camera at the pattern and it takes you straight there. Restaurants use them for menus. Shops use them at the till. Parking machines, event tickets, charity donation boxes, letters from companies, even the sticker on a product in a store. They are everywhere now. And that is precisely why criminals love them. Something that is everywhere becomes something we stop questioning. We have been trained, gently and constantly, to trust the square. Nobody reads a QR code with their own eyes. You cannot look at that pattern of dots and tell where it is about to send you. Only your phone knows. And by the time your phone knows, you have already been taken there. That blindness, the fact that a QR code hides its destination from you until it is too late, is the whole reason this scam works. The criminal is not breaking into your bank. The criminal is simply changing the signpost and letting you walk down the wrong road yourself. Now, who do they target? I want to be honest and gentle with you here. Scammers deliberately go after people over the age of 45. And there is nothing insulting in why. It is not because older people are foolish. In all my years, I have found the opposite to be true. The people who fall for these schemes are often thoughtful, trusting, and generous. But there are 2 things the criminals count on. The first is that many of us did not grow up with this technology, so when a screen does something unexpected, we are more likely to assume we did something wrong, rather than that we are being cheated. The second is that people in this age group are more likely to have savings worth stealing, a pension, a home, money set aside over a lifetime of hard work. So the criminal targets the generation with the most to lose and the least reason to suspect a harmless-looking square. Understanding that you are being deliberately targeted is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to arm you. Once you know they are aiming at you on purpose, you stop feeling embarrassed and you start feeling ready. Let me tell you about a woman I'll call Margaret, because her story shows exactly how this unfolds in real life and how it can happen to anyone. Margaret was 63, retired from a career as a school administrator. sharp as a tack, careful with her money, the sort of person friends came to for level-headed advice. One morning, she drove into town to meet a friend for coffee. She parked, walked to the payment machine, and saw the usual instructions along with a neat sticker inviting her to pay for parking by scanning a code with her phone. Quicker than fumbling for coins, it promised. Margaret was proud of keeping up with the times, so she scanned it. A page opened that looked exactly like a normal payment page. It had the right colors, a little padlock symbol, a form asking for her card number, the expiry date, and the security code on the back. She filled it in, paid what she thought was $3 for parking, and went to enjoy her coffee. She thought nothing more of it. Nothing at all. There was no alarm, no strange noise, no obvious sign that anything had gone wrong. That is the cruelty of this scam. In the moment, it feels completely normal. What Margaret did not know was that the real parking company had never put that sticker there. A criminal had printed a fake one and simply stuck it over the top of the genuine instructions, or in place of them. The code did not take her to the parking company at all. It took her to a copy, a fake page built by criminals to look identical to a real one, and every detail she typed in went straight to them. Her card number, her expiry date, that little 3-digit code on the back that she had been told all her life to guard carefully. She handed it all over, willingly, believing she was paying for an hour of parking. Over the following days, the criminals used those details to make purchase after purchase, and to set up payments that drained her account piece by piece. By the time her bank flagged it, a great deal of her money was already gone. When I met Margaret, the thing she kept repeating was not about the money. It was, "I felt so stupid." And I told her then what I want to tell you now. You were not stupid. You were targeted by people who do this for a living, who designed every part of it to fool exactly the careful person you are. There is no shame in being deceived by a professional deceiver. The only mistake would be not learning how it works, and you are here, learning, right now. Margaret's story is one version of this, the version that happens out on the street. But let me tell you about a man I'll call David, because his story shows how the very same trick reaches right into your home, through your own letterbox and your own phone, when you least expect it. David was 58, still working, practical, the kind of man who fixed things around the house himself and did not consider himself an easy mark. One day, a letter arrived. It looked entirely official, the right kind of paper, a serious tone, a reference number, everything you would expect. It said there had been a problem with a recent payment of his, and that a small refund was owed to him. To claim it, he simply needed to scan the QR code printed on the letter and confirm his bank details so the money could be returned. David thought, well, a refund. That's good news, and the letter looks completely real. So he scanned the square. A professional-looking page opened, asking him to log into his bank to receive the refund. He entered his details. Then the page asked him to confirm with a code that had just been sent to his phone, and he typed that in too. Within the hour, that code, which was really the key the criminals needed to authorize their own access, had let them into his account, and the money began to move out. There was no refund. There was never a refund. The entire letter, the reference number, the serious tone, all of it, existed only to get him to scan that square and hand over that code. And here is what I want you to notice about David's story. He was not careless. He was not old-fashioned. He was not gullible. He was simply presented with something that looked completely legitimate, promising him something pleasant rather than threatening him. And that gentle, good news version of the scam can be even more effective than the frightening one, because it lowers your guard instead of raising it. Whether the message frightens you or delights you, the machinery underneath is exactly the same. And once you understand that machinery, neither version can touch you. So let me pull back the curtain and show you exactly, step by step, how this scam actually works. Because once you see the machinery, you can never quite unsee it. And that is your protection. Step 1. The criminal creates a fake payment page, or a fake website. This is easier than you might imagine. They copy the look of a real, trusted page. The colors, the logo, the layout. Even that reassuring little padlock symbol that we have all been told means safe. I want to pause on that padlock because it matters. That symbol only means the connection to the page is private. It does not mean the page belongs to who you think it does. Criminals can put a padlock on their fake page just as easily as a real company can. So the padlock alone should never, ever convince you that a page is genuine. Step 2. The criminal turns the address of that fake page into a QR code, that little square. Anyone can make one in seconds, for free. Step 3, and this is the clever, sneaky part. They get their code in front of you. Sometimes they print it on a sticker and place it over a real one. On a parking machine, on a charging point, on a poster, even on a restaurant table. Sometimes they send it to you in a letter that looks official, or in a text message, or in an email. Sometimes they leave flyers offering a prize or a refund, with a code to claim it. Step 4. You scan the code, trusting the square as we have all been taught to. Your phone opens their fake page. Step 5. The page asks you for something. Your card details, your bank login, a code from your banking app, or it quietly installs something harmful on your phone. And step 6. The moment you hand that information over, they have what they need to take your money. That is the entire scam. Notice there is no dramatic hacking, no genius breaking through a firewall. It is a sticker, a copied page, and your very reasonable trust. That is all it takes. And that is why it is so dangerous, because there is nothing about it that feels dangerous. Now I want to give you something powerful, the warning signs. If you learn to notice these, you will catch this scam long before it catches you. Let's go through them one at a time, slowly, so each one sticks. The first warning sign is a QR code that asks you to pay or to enter sensitive information after you scan it. Think carefully about this. A code that simply shows you a menu or a bit of information or a video is one thing. But the moment scanning a code leads to a page asking for your card number, your bank login, your password, or a security code, your guard must go all the way up. Ask yourself, would this business really ask me to type my full card details into a page I reached by scanning a sticker on the street? Legitimate payment is almost always done through channels you already know and trust, not through a random square you found on a machine. The second warning sign is a sticker that looks added on, out of place, or covering something else. This is one you can catch with your own two eyes, and it costs nothing. When you approach a parking machine or any surface with a QR code, look closely. Is the code a printed sticker slapped on top of the machine's own surface? Are the edges peeling? Is it covering up other printed instructions underneath? Is it slightly crooked, a different quality of printing than everything around it? Real instructions are usually printed directly into the machine or the sign as part of it. A separate sticker, especially one placed over the top of existing text, is a genuine reason to stop and be suspicious. Criminals rely on you not looking. So look. The third warning sign is any sense of pressure or urgency. This is the scammer's favorite tool, and it runs through nearly every scam I have ever investigated. The message says, you must act now. Your account will be closed. Your parking fine will double. Your prize will expire. You have 1 hour to confirm. Urgency is designed to switch off the careful, thinking part of your mind and switch on the panicked, obedient part. I want you to remember a simple truth. Real organizations, real banks, real government offices do not rush you like this. They give you time. They let you check. Anyone pushing you to act this instant, before you can think or ask anyone, is almost certainly trying to trick you. When you feel that rush of pressure, that is not a reason to hurry. It is a reason to stop completely. The fourth warning sign is a web address that looks almost right, but not quite. When your phone opens a page after scanning a code, look at the address at the top of the screen before you type anything. Scammers use addresses that are close to a real one, but slightly off. An extra word, a small misspelling, letters swapped around, an odd ending. Now, I will be honest with you. These can be hard to spot, and criminals are good at making them look convincing. So please do not rely on this alone. But it is one more layer of protection. And building up layers is exactly how you stay safe. The fifth warning sign is being asked for a one-time code, a verification code or a code from your banking app. Please listen very carefully to this one, because it is where a great deal of money is lost. Your bank sometimes sends a short code to your phone to confirm it is really you. That code is a key to your account. No genuine bank employee, no genuine company will ever ask you to read that code out. Type it into a page you reached by scanning a QR square or share it in any way. Nobody legitimate needs it from you. If anything, a page, a call, a message, a person ever asks you for one of those codes, the answer is always no. Always. That is not rudeness. That is you protecting your life savings. And the sixth warning sign is a feeling. I mean it. After 20 years, I have learned to trust that small voice in the back of your mind that says, something is a little off here. Maybe the request feels unusual. Maybe the page looks slightly wrong. Maybe you cannot say exactly why, but something does not sit right. That quiet unease is not you being silly. It is often your experience and your instincts noticing something before your conscious mind can name it. When you feel it, honor it. Stop and check before you go any further. So now you know how the scam works and how to spot it. Let me give you exactly what to do, the calm, simple steps that keep you safe. Write these on your heart because they are the whole game. First, be very careful about scanning QR codes in public places, especially on machines and posters where a sticker could have been added. If you want to pay for something, use a method you already know and trust. For parking, that might mean using the official app you downloaded yourself from your phone's official app store, or paying with cash or card directly at a machine you know is genuine, rather than scanning a random square. You do not have to scan. You are allowed to choose the old, safe way. Convenience is never worth your life savings. Second, and this is the golden rule for anything that reaches you unexpectedly, a code, a call, a text, a letter, an email. Do not use the contact details or links they give you. Instead, go to the organization yourself, through a channel you already trust. If you get a message claiming to be from your bank, do not scan its code or tap its link. Hang up or set the message aside and contact your bank yourself using the phone number printed on the back of your own bank card or the official app you already have. If it claims to be from a company or an office, look them up independently and reach them through their real, published contact details. The criminals want you to travel down the road they built. The moment you insist on reaching the organization your own way, their entire trick falls apart. This one habit alone will protect you from the vast majority of scams out there. Reach out yourself, never through the link they handed you. Third, never ever share a one-time code, a verification code, a password, or the security number from the back of your card with anyone who contacts you or with any page you reached by scanning or clicking. Keep those the way you would keep the key to your front door. You would not hand your house key to a stranger who knocked and said they needed it. Treat these codes exactly the same way. Fourth, slow everything down. There is enormous power in simply refusing to be rushed. When you feel that push to act immediately, take it as your signal to do the opposite. To pause, to breathe, and to check. Say out loud if you need to, I do not make money decisions in a hurry. Then step away from the screen. A genuine, honest request will still be there in an hour or tomorrow. Only a scam cannot survive you taking your time. Fifth, and this one is quietly one of the most powerful of all. Tell someone. Before you act on anything that involves your money or your personal details, especially if it arrived unexpectedly, talk to a family member you trust, a good friend, or even your bank. Just saying it out loud to another human being, I got this message asking me to scan a code and pay, is often enough for the trick to fall apart. Because a second pair of eyes, calm and uninvolved, will frequently see instantly what pressure has hidden from you. Scammers work hard to keep you alone and isolated. They will even tell you to keep it secret, not to bother anyone, not to tell your family. That instruction to stay silent is itself a giant warning sign. Do the opposite of what they want. Bring someone in. There is no shame in asking. The strongest, wisest people I know are the ones who check with someone before making a big decision. Now, I promised I would not leave anyone behind, so I want to speak gently to those of you who may be watching this and feeling a knot in your stomach because you think this may have already happened to you. Please hear me clearly. If you have been caught by something like this, it is not your fault, and it is not too late to act. The most important thing is to move quickly and calmly. Contact your bank right away using the number on the back of your card or their official app and tell them what happened. Banks deal with this every single day. They can freeze your cards, stop further payments, and in many cases help recover money or protect what remains. The faster you contact them, the more they can do. Change the passwords on your important accounts, especially your email and your banking. And if you gave away a password you use in more than one place, change it everywhere you used it. If you think something harmful was installed on your phone, ask someone you trust or a reputable technician to help you check it. And please, tell a family member or friend what happened. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they can support you, help you take the right steps, and make sure you are not carrying this alone. I have seen so many people freeze in shame and stay silent. And that silence only helps the criminals. Speaking up is the bravest and smartest thing you can do. You have not failed. You were targeted. And now you are fighting back. I also want to take a moment to reassure you about something. Because fear can sometimes tip over into a kind of paralysis. And that is not what I want for you. The goal here is not to make you afraid of your own phone or terrified to ever use technology again. Technology, used carefully, is a wonderful thing that keeps you connected to the people you love. The goal is simply to make you a harder target. And you already are. Just by watching this, just by understanding how the trick works, you have moved yourself out of the group the criminals find easy and into the group they cannot fool. They rely completely on people not knowing. You now know. That knowledge is a shield, and you will carry it with you every time you see one of those little squares from now on. So now, as I promised right at the very beginning, let me give you the single most important thing. The one habit that if you take nothing else from this video, will protect you more than anything else I have said. Here it is. Whenever anything reaches you unexpectedly and involves your money or your personal details, a QR code on a machine, a text message, a phone call, a letter, an email, a page on your screen, stop. And reach the organization yourself through a channel you already trust before you give away anything at all. Not their link, not their code, not their number. Yours. The one on the back of your card. The app you downloaded yourself. The number you already had. Because here is the deep truth underneath every one of these scams. The criminal's entire power depends on you using the door they opened for you. The fake sticker, the copied page, the urgent message, all of it exists only to guide you through their door. The moment you refuse and insist on going through your own front door instead, their whole illusion collapses. They cannot follow you there. That single decision, reach them yourself, your way, first, is the difference between a story where you nearly got scammed and laughed about it later, and a story that ends in heartbreak. Make that your rule for the rest of your life, and you take away almost everything the criminals have. Let me say it one more time, simply, so it stays with you. Never trust the door a stranger opens for you. Always walk through your own. Slow down. Check with someone. And never share a code that comes to your phone. If you carry those few simple habits with you, you become almost impossible to fool, no matter how clever the next scam is, and there will be a next one, because they keep inventing new ones. But they all rely on the same few tricks underneath, and you now understand those tricks better than most people ever will. Before you go, I want to ask one thing of you, and it is not for me, it is for someone you love. Somewhere in your life there is a person who did not watch this video. A parent, a friend, a neighbor, someone who would scan that sticker without a second thought, exactly the way Margaret did. You could be the reason they don't. Please share this with them. Send it to them, or better yet, sit down beside them and watch it together, and talk about it. That one small act of sharing could save someone you care about from losing everything they have worked their whole life to build. And if this video helped you, please subscribe, because I release these warnings regularly, and the next one might be the one that protects you from a scam you haven't even heard of yet. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay careful, stay calm, trust your instincts, and take good care of yourself and the people you love. I'll see you in the next one.